So at about 10:32 a.m., an officer, 28-year veteran of the Fresno Police Department, was here in the area of Warner and Effie, actually towing a vehicle. That's when a citizen came up to him to give him information. The basic information was that, hey, there's an individual on a scooter that has a gun. So the officer stopped what he was doing, and he made contact with an individual basically right in front of 90 East McGill. The individual had a ski mask. He was on a scooter, and the officer held him there at gunpoint. This individual was ordered to get on his knees to keep his hands up. At some point, after being told multiple times to keep his hands up, the individual reached down to his waistband. He displayed a firearm, and he reached for his firearm. That's when the officer discharged his weapon. It appears that he shot him twice, but that could change. I watched the body-worn camera video, and that's what I could see. That's what I heard. But keep in mind, there may be echoes, and we haven't processed the crime scene yet. The officer then immediately called for EMS personnel and started rendering aid on the individual. Now, the individual shot has been identified, and I'm not going to release his information for a couple reasons, but I can tell you he is a 15-year-old Hispanic male who was on a scooter and was in possession of what appeared to be a firearm. We are still processing the scene, but it appears that this gun that the suspect had on his waistband was either an airsoft BB gun or some type of a replica gun. Now I can tell you from seeing it myself, not the gun, but pictures of the gun and the video, that it is an exact replica of the gun that I'm carrying now, of a Glock, either 45 or 9mm. So it even has the Glock markings on it. And although it is one of the popular colors, either an olive color or a sand color, most people would mistake that for an actual firearm. I am happy to report that although this 15-year-old was shot, it appears that he is in critical condition, but is in stable condition, and all indications are that he's going to be okay. So this is a very scary situation for the police officer, very sad moment. Obviously, we don't expect a 15-year-old on a scooter to be walking around or riding around with what appears to be a loaded Glock handgun, but that's what happened this morning. So we do have the Fresno County District Attorney's Office on scene. We always call them out, along with the City Attorney's Office and the Office of Independent Review. They have access to the information. They'll get to review the case itself and make recommendations to us. An officer that's got almost 30 years on the police department. Good reputation, solid officer, and he was put in a situation where sadly he had to pull the trigger because an individual who appeared to be armed with a weapon didn't follow orders. He was told multiple times to keep his hands up, and clearly on that video he didn't do that. So, but regardless of all this, I'm also sad for the victim who was shot and his family, because this is also traumatizing for them as well. So really no winners today as far as that's concerned. But I am happy that the officer's okay. I am happy that this 15-year-old appears that he's going to make it, and we'll do everything in our power to report this or investigate this fully and conduct police reports thereafter. Also, we still need to investigate exactly what the juvenile was doing. Very hot day today, not pretty uncommon for somebody to be wearing a ski mask riding around a scooter. So I don't know what the details surrounding that is. It's never a good idea for a 15-year-old to be riding around or walking around Fresno streets with what amounts to a firearm in his waistband. There's no reason for that. To me, it's very irresponsible. I don't know who makes this particular replica gun, but very, very irresponsible to have something like this that children can get access to and just walk around with it. That's not safe. I mean, for any resident, any police officer, when you get information of a person with a ski mask on a public street with what appears to be a Glock firearm, I mean that's scary for anybody, especially here in Fresno, because we have a high number of shootings.